It's estimated that there are over 4,000 different religions on the planet, not including all of the various different subgroups within those religions. It's definitely very difficult to keep track of all the religions on the planet, and the full exact amount isn't even known. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here on FTD Facts. Leroy Kenton here, and yeah, we don't know all of the different religions on the planet, but in this episode I've just collected 10 religions that you don't know, or at least know very little about. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the religions here. Starting off with number 10, the All Worlds Church. The CAW, or Church of All Worlds, or All Worlds Church, according to the religion's main website, well, the church is one of the oldest offshoots of neo-paganism, and it's actually centered on Mother Earth, the Mother Earth goddess. So believers worship a divine being who is linked to nature in a sense. CAW as a religion is an organized system of values, customs, and ideas. This is according to their website. It will develop, grow, and evolve in a way that brings out the best in humanity while honoring divinity. The religion coming in at number 9 is JEDIISM. The force is definitely with these followers. Everybody's heard of Jedis, right? You know, Star Wars, Jedi, Knights, Siths, all of that. Well, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but if you don't know, and if you're missing out on Star Wars, you have no idea what I'm talking about, well, yeah, you're definitely missing out. I can't help you. But either way, for those who do know, did you know that there's actually a religion based on JEDIISM? There are thousands of supporters now, 5,000 in the United States alone and in different parts of the world, and they promote the idea that all living things are connected and bound together by an omnipresent force. According to Ali Thompson in an interview with the Daily Mail, they said, "No, we don't worship Yoda. And telekinesis is not something that we necessarily do, at least not like in Star Wars movies. But I won't deny that the force is very present in our teachings. Some people call it magic. The scientific community calls it energy. But it's everywhere. You can find it in the Bible. When Moses parted the Red Sea, how did he do that? With energy, with the force." The religion coming in at number 8 is Mami Wata. Mami Wata, which stands for Mother Water, is a religion that places a strong emphasis on water. According to the Smithsonian, the religion worships the water spirit Mami Wata, who can bring good fortune through the use of water. With a female human upper half and a fish or serpent lower half, Mami Water symbolizes many aspects of life, including good fortune, wealth, as well as healing, but also the threat of destruction. She is sometimes depicted with a snake around her neck, which represents both divinity and the art of divination. She's honored near and in water through communal, transformative musical and dance rituals that transfer history and memories from the African continent. Coming in at number 7, let's look at Candomblé. Candomblé is a religion that is particularly popular in Brazil. It is also practiced in other countries, and it has up to 2 million followers. The religion is a mix of traditional Yoruba, Fon, and Bantu beliefs from various different regions in Africa. And over time, it also began to incorporate some aspects of Catholicism in their religion. Candomblé practitioners, they believe that each individual has their own orisha, which is comparable to a spirit. And these orishas, they control their destiny and acts as a protector. Candomblé ceremonies incorporate music as well as dance, and worshippers perform various different specialized choreographed dances in order to get possessed by the orishas. Number 6, you've probably heard of this religion, but maybe not know a lot about it, but Zoroastrianism. Maybe this is your first time hearing about it. But based on the teachings of the Persian-speaking prophet Zoroaster, Zoroastrianism is an Iranian religion and one of the world's oldest organized faiths. Some say it is the first ever organized monotheistic religion on the planet. It has a dualistic cosmology of good and evil within a monotheistic ontology, as well as an eschatology that predicts the ultimate triumph of good over evil. Sounds pretty common. The supreme being in Zoroastrianism is Ahura Mazda, which stands for Lord of Wisdom. And the Lord of Wisdom, Ahura Mazda, is an uncreated deity of wisdom. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Raelism. This movement was founded in the 1970s by Rael, known as Claude Voronihon. Raelism teaches that about 25,000 years ago, the Elohim arrived to planet Earth and transformed it so that life could develop on it. It states that the Elohim used their advanced technology to establish all life on the planet. Raelians believe that accounts of gods in the various different mythologies and holy books are actually misrepresentations of memories about the Elohim. The religion states that the sacred scriptures of many other religions describe the ongoing activities and actions of the Elohim on planet Earth. For instance, the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible being kicked out of their home in the Garden of Eden is actually interpreted as representing humanity's difficult transition from the Elohim's laboratories to life on Earth, where they had to become self-sufficient. Also, references to Satan in the Bible are interpreted as referring to the chief of a group on the Elohim's planet who actually opposed the genetic experiments on Earth, and they argued that humanity is a threat and needs to be destroyed. All the way in at the number 4 spot is ASATRU. ASATRU is the worship of the Norse gods. The religion not only involves the worship of gods, but also the worship of giants and ancestors. Now, the term ASATRU is a relatively modern term that became popular in the 19th century. The Vikings did not actually have a name for their religion when they encountered Christianity though. Therefore, they called it the Old Way, or Forn Siddur, as opposed to Christianity, which was the New Way. Next up, let's look at Jainism. Jainism, also known as Jain Dharma, traces its spiritual ideas and history through a succession of 24 Tirthankaras, which are supreme preachers of Dharma, with the first in the current time cycle being Rishabhadeva. And in Jainism, they believe that he lived millions of years ago. Then there is a 23rd Tirthankara known as Parshvanatha, who historians date to the 9th century BCE, and the 24th Tirthankara known as Mahavira, who lived around 600 BCE. Now, there are 3 main pillars of Jainism, and they are Ahis, which is non-violence, as well as Anekantavada, which is non-absolutism, and then there is Aparagara, which is non-possessiveness. The religion at number 2 is Yezidi. The Yezidi sect has popped up in the news a little more recently than not with the conflicts in Iraq. American troops had been sent to Iraq to assist and liberate trapped Yazidis. But what is the religion about exactly? Well, it's a combination of Shiite and Sufi Islam, and it has been referred to more often as an ethno-religious group rather than a solidified religion, but people still view it as a religion nonetheless. Ending this episode off at number 1, we have Druze. Druze is a small Middle Eastern religious sect that's categorized by a diverse system of doctrines and by a cohesion and a loyalty among its members that have enabled them to maintain their close-knit identity and faith for centuries. The Druze numbered more than 1 million in the early 21st century and lived mostly in Lebanon, Syria, and Israel, with smaller communities, of course, living in other countries. Druze, they enjoyed considerable autonomy under the Ottoman Empire, and they've been known to have frequently rebelled against the empire. But they were in a very strategic location, so they kind of got away with it. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of this episode. This was just a look at 10 interesting religions that you didn't know. As always, I want to hear what your thoughts were about anything that I mentioned in this episode. Sound off down below. If you made it this far, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. Alright guys, awesome hanging out with you as usual. I'll catch you in the next FTD Facts episode.